We are live. We are live. Nice. Kathy, we're live. Spread the word. Share the links. Bring me a coffee. Quickly. Thanks, Kathy. She works hard. She's a good kid. Well, welcome to today's live class. We are going to be, in today's class, looking at some apps that you may or may not be able to use to improve your English. We'll decide. It's going to be sort of a review of an app is what I'm going to be looking at, which is a robot. Can you talk to robots to improve your English? Let me turn my notifications off. And we're going to be doing our classic, of course, English Q&A. So you can ask questions about how long you should cook potatoes, about how to use specific types of grammar, about American culture, about me, about pronunciation, about whatever you want to ask. That is totally fine. Okay? Cool. So welcome. Guys, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you could, and Kathy, please also do this, if you don't mind, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see future live lessons and also videos. And don't forget to check out my full English courses in the links in the description. That means if you are working on your pronunciation, how to think in English, maybe your grammar, maybe you're a customer service person, you want to improve those skills, maybe you're getting ready for an English job interview. Well, get 20% off on all of my courses by clicking on the link in the description, the Luke Pretty one. Okay? Okay. All right. Well, hey, check this out. There's a bit of an update. So now when I pop these up, it actually shows a picture. That's wonderful. That's an improvement. I like that. So yeah, guys, one thing you can do, hit the like button. That would be deeply appreciated. Someone says, show me the bro handshake. Maybe later. Do you recommend any books for reading? I feel like I've done a couple of book reviews. I probably read different stuff than most people read, so I don't even want to recommend the stuff that I like to read because most of you will think, God, that sounds really boring. I don't want to read that. No. If you have specific questions and you want to ask those specific questions, you can do that in maybe the WhatsApp group or in the comments. I can give specific recommendations. I mostly read books about business and leadership, that sort of thing. I read a lot of books about science. I read a lot of books about things like, biology, that sort of stuff. I read a lot of books about philosophy, and I read a lot of books about history. So, whatever you're interested in, just let me know, and I'll do my best to give recommendations. Or if you have a sort of category of books you'd like me to talk about, I can help out with that as well. Okay. So it's good to see we have some people here. Guys, start getting your questions ready. I see some of you guys are on Facebook, some guys on YouTube, guys and gals, I should say, and even on Periscope, strangely enough. Cool. Well, Sergio, one of these days I'm going to say your name right, but you got to tell me how first. Is it the H sound or is it the G sound? You tell me, Sergio. Ray says, I've been following you for 1 month. You mean like in real life or like on the internet? Hopefully on the internet. Kathy, protect me. Okay, so this is what I want to do first while you guys are working on your questions. I want to talk about an app that I found, and it might suck and it might not. You know what I mean when I say suck, right? It means it might be bad. Who knows? So, of course, we want to find easier ways to improve our English communication skills. Not all of us are in a very cool chat group where we can talk in English and immediately get feedback from a native English speaker, right? Some of us have that, some of us don't. Now, as technology improves over time, the interesting question is, when will artificial intelligence, AI, robots, replace all human teachers? I think it's going to happen. Right? I'm convinced that my job will someday be taken by a robot. I'm totally convinced of that, 100%. Or maybe we'll have pills and we can just take a pill and then, my English is perfect. That will be cool too. Anyway, I'm convinced someday I will not be able to be an English teacher because no one will need me anymore. However, I don't know when that day is coming. I just think it's coming. So I like to try to see what kind of products are out there, what kind of services are out there for learning English by yourself. For example, talking with AI, robots. So what we're going to do is look at a chatbot specifically designed for English learners. Okay? It's called Andy. It's an app. You can download it. The app itself is free, but they try to push you to upgrade in the app. And I've looked at it a little bit, but I'm going to try to have a conversation with Andy, a chatbot, to see how realistic it is, to see if you could actually have a reasonable conversation with this chatbot. If you don't know what a chatbot is, basically it's a computer program that is in a chat format, communicating with you, responding to you, asking you questions, and answering your questions. So how can we decide, before we look at it, what are our criteria? How can we decide if it's good or not? Number one, does it answer my questions realistically, no matter what I ask, as long as it's kind of reasonable and not an absolutely crazy question, right? Can it give realistic answers? Number two, can it explain things in English that I don't quite understand? Can it provide knowledge? Can it interact proactively and say things to me that then prompt me to respond? And I would say number four, if there is a voice component, if there's any speaking component, is that realistic? Either the pronunciation on the app side or the sound of the voice on the app side, is that natural? Or does it give me some feedback if I need to speak? And I don't know. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to see how it looks. We're going to see if you should use this or not to improve your English. Okay. So I know that some of you guys won't be able to see this, but you'll be able to hear it, and I will explain what I'm saying and what I'm writing, okay? So if you have your phones out, you can also download it. It's called Andy. Andy. Okay, so I'm going to pop Andy open here. One of these days, I'm going to be able to figure out how to share my screen live. But until that day, you just have to use your imagination and listen. All right. So I've got it open. I'll just show you basically what it looks like. You see that? You can see that this is a normal chat window, right? You can see